Well, Simon, a disappointing day at the office, obviously, today. Is it too simplistic to say the penalty decision changed everything?
No, look, we've got to take it on the chin today. You know, that performance sort of shocked me, really. I think up until the red card, you know, we weren't great. We know that. And I think when things are like they are, once you go down to 10 men, anything can happen. You know, we've got to look at the build up to that. I mean, we just weren't good enough, and we've got some problems to solve, and I can't sit here and say anything different to that. You know, there are things that were working for us last year which perhaps aren't quite functioning the same way. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses about the players we're missing or about, you know, because we're better than what we served up today. You know, and it's whether we've put ourselves under a bit of pressure because we didn't punish Grimsby in that game and the points, and you know, these things sort of add up at the minute, and it feels like it's built a little bit, and maybe that got on top of one or two of the players today. I don't know. I'm certainly not seeing what I'm seeing in training transfer in one or two of them in terms of, you know, bright, sharp, positive actions transfer onto here. So I think there's a whole load of things we need to chuck in the mix, but you know, I need to understand it a little bit more. I'm quite emotional and angry about what's gone on today. But my experience of this is you have to move on and not forget it. And I'm not looking for any get out of jail cards, you know, because I'm an integral person. The buck stops with me in terms of the performance on the pitch, and I absolutely acknowledge and accept that. But you know, I'm asking people to stick with us because you know there's a blueprint there that worked really well last year and got us close. We are in a difficult time at the minute. We are sort of feel like the box are in the corner, getting beat up a bit. There ain't much going our way. We haven't had much luck. We are missing big players, and we've played really poorly today. So they're the facts. I'm big around not ignoring the facts, and certainly, you know, we've had a long inquest in the dressing room there, a long chat. You know, the players have heard my thoughts and feelings, and now we need to move into the next game and go and win it.
You're emotional and angry. Some of the fans were as well. Did you understand that reaction from them today? Do you accept that?
Yeah, look, the fans here are, I'm not going to say anything negative about people being frustrated at the team's performance today. I'm always going to look at things slightly differently, in that sometimes as a coach or a manager you see a group of players on the pitch struggling for a bit of confidence in a moment in the game, and sometimes that's unfathomable. You know, when you see players you know, performing so well 2 weeks ago in training sessions, and then you know, they step foot on the pitch and you know, they end up in a difficult moment. So for me, I'm always going to stick with the players and I'm always going to defend them, always. And I can understand the fans' frustrations today. Of course I can. But you know, we need to fix the problem, and I think we need to do it as one club. You know, and I think there's an awful lot of good work that has gone on here. You know, and I accept we've had a bit of a difficult ride lately, which does happen in football. We're not the first team in the world to suffer that. You know, and we're also not in a place where we are just going to step on the pitch and just pump teams. But what do you do when it gets like this? You work hard, you knuckle down, you accept the criticism, you take it on the chin. It's warranted in some respects. You know, I always ask that there are always some things in the fashion of which are said aren't quite right. That's football. I can't control how everyone's feeling and what they communicate. But I do think it's warranted today. We are due for a bit of criticism. The performance wasn't good enough. But I do ask people to stick with the players.
One player that was clearly off the pace in the first half was Arjun Reiki. How is he? What happened with him?
Yeah, he weren't quite right. You know, he felt dizzy before the game, and by the time we get to the kick-off, you know, he's saying he's fine to start. I think once he got out there, whether he was, not quite sure. So it was a mixture of the two, really, in terms of a tactical change and in terms of, you know, Arj, you know, he's a young boy, he obviously wasn't feeling his greatest, so we made that change.
Is it a relief in a way that you've got an away game so quickly now, Maidenhead on Tuesday?
It's a relief we got a game.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to go down that road of like relief of being a home and away. I understand people's frustration. I'll tell you one thing I can guarantee you: no one is more frustrated and upset today than me. Right? So I can guarantee you that. And of course I accept, why people are frustrated and angry today. We all want the club to go where it is. We all want the club to fly and go into League Two and then go on this journey. We all want it. And when, in my whole time at this club, this is the first, in my opinion, since I've been here, really difficult patch we're having. And we need to come out of it. And I don't think the work I've done last year doesn't warrant that support. I don't. We're in a difficult place at the minute. And the fans here are brilliant. I'm not, and I understand their frustration. And, I think they'll go away frustrated, but I absolutely know when we turn up here again, they'll get behind us. I believe that. And I think there's a lot to get behind. We are in a difficult moment and we do need a bit of help with it. We need to come out on the other side. I can't say it any other than that, and I'll just give the truth.
That's really well said. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate your time.
Pleasure.